Hey there! Welcome to the very first episode of Angielski na Poziomie. I'm your host, korepetycja Patrycja, and today I'm introducing you to a short, sweet, and a very practical phrase, as you can say so many different things in English with the help of it. The little phrase we are learning today is set up, to sit up. Have you heard it before? I bet you have, as it's one of the most commonly used phrasal verbs there are. What are phrasal verbs and why am I making you learn them, you might ask? Well, you see, phrasal verbs are those simple verbs like give, look, take, put, set, come, and many more, accompanied by prepositions like with, up, out, on, in, off, away, and so on. Combine them together and you will get give up, look away, take in, put off, or come up with. Cute, aren't they? But do you know what they really mean? On its own, put means to place something somewhere, and off usually denotes a separation or removal. But when you put them together, put off doesn't mean to physically place something away. Instead, it means to postpone or delay something, as in, don't put off your dentist appointment any longer, your toothache might get worse. There is more. Phrasal verbs can mean different things depending on the situation. For example, take off can mean to remove something like clothes. Can you take off your shoes before you come in, please? Or to depart, like a plane. What time is our plane taking off? Will we make it to the airport on time? See? I told you, phrasal verbs can be tricky. And there are so many of them to learn. But worry not, we will go through them together, one by one. A skoro o phrasалach mowa, to w opisie tego odcinka pobierzesz krzyżówkę z nagraniami audio native speakera zupełnie za darmożkę i poznasz aż 17 na maksa przydatnych phrasali i to od razu w całych życiowych zdaniach. Nie musisz dziękować, wystarczy, że klikniesz link, zostawisz maila do siebie, a ja wyślę Ci tę krzyżówkę z bonusami prosto na Twoją skrzynkę mailową. Wszystko po to, by pokazać Ci, że możesz uczyć się angielskiego skutecznie, ale i przyjemnie, bo w formie krzyżówki. Okay then, back to the episode. Now, let's explore some everyday scenarios where setup comes into play. Imagine you are preparing for a board game night with friends. You might say, I'll set up the snacks and drinks before everyone arrives, meaning you'll get everything ready, prepare everything before the game night starts. Teraz Twoja kolej. Udało Ci się to wyłapać? Powiedz to po angielsku. Przygotuję przekąski i napoje, zanim wszyscy się pojawią. I'll set up the snacks and drinks before everyone arrives. Okej, powtórz jeszcze raz, niech się ułoży w głowie i na języku. I'll set up the snacks and drinks before everyone arrives. Imagine your sibling wants to start a YouTube channel. You could offer, I'll help you set up your camera and lighting, meaning you will assist them in arranging and preparing the equipment needed for their videos. Your turn! Pomogę Ci rozstawić, ustawić aparat i oświetlenie. Jak powiesz to po angielsku? I'll help you set up your camera and lighting. Dobrze, powtórz. I'll help you set up your camera and lighting. But if I say, I decided to set up an online store to sell, let's say, socks with pockets, then it means that I started my own business. Teraz Ty, powiedz to po angielsku. Postanowiłam założyć sklep internetowy, by sprzedawać skarpetki z kieszeniami. I decided to set up an online store to sell socks with pockets. Prawda, że to świetny pomysł na biznes? Powtórz to jeszcze raz. I decided to set up an online store to sell socks with pockets. Seriously, why hasn't anyone thought of this before? I would totally wear socks with pockets. One more example. Picture this. You're watching a mystery movie where someone is being framed for a crime they didn't commit. You might say, oh, come on, they are totally being set up. Czyli? No nie, bez jaj, ktoś ich totalnie wrabia. Now, let's put to set up into practice with some ready-to-use sentences. Ustawiłam automatyczne płatności na moim koncie za comiesięczne wydatki, by oszczędzić czas. I've set up automatic payments from my account for my monthly expenses to save time. Umówiłam się na coroczną wizytę kontrolną u dentysty. I've set up a dentist appointment for my annual checkup. Postanowiliśmy zorganizować przyjęcie niespodziankę z okazji 25. rocznicy ślubu naszych rodziców. We decided to set up a surprise party to celebrate our parents' 25th wedding anniversary. And there you have it. Set up is a handy phrasal verb, one of many that we will cover in the Angielski na poziomie podcast, as phrasal verbs let you express all sorts of stuff in English and are simply very useful. Ucz się phrasali, nie zapomnij o darmowej krzyżówce, link w opisie i have fun learning English! That's all for today's episode of Angielski na poziomie. Bye for now!